Hello, Ascent or Joshua, you can call me Josh. This is the comic I've been working on for a long time. It's been a labor of love. It's been eating at me for years, and it was something that I couldn't really accomplish without the right materials, without the right coercion, and me and my friend, his name was Juan Gorioso. We worked on this comic for a long, long time, and we put together many ideas. And he wanted to be both serious and both funny, which throws some people off. I've heard some people who say that they can't stand that. They don't like that the comic couldn't hit a balance between the two. But I tried my best to hit the balance between the two. I mean, my friend Juan was much, much, much better at it than I was. He knew how to balance those jokes and everything much better. But I tried to keep it under what he would have liked. He passed away a few years ago. It was very devastating, but I mean, I've tried to keep his memory alive very much in this. And well, without further ado, let's check out the comic. I mean, it's not the best work, but it's something that I've been putting a lot of effort into. So here we go. This is Influx the comic, story and art. None other, Joshua Freire and Juan Gorioso Reyes, and Gabriel Freire, my brother. He worked on it too. He put a lot of input into it. One of the characters, Saya Lee, was created specifically by him. Sorry, random car blasting in the background. Anyway, scrolling down. This is one of the issues that I did. I was trying to get a perspective of a ship that was not like a typical ship, but a ship that would work in all kinds of type of atmospheres and stuff like that. It's a very futuristic storyline, cyberpunk and all that. I was very, very sloppy in the early days, but I was trying. This is Vargas, the main character. I went through a couple of revisions of him before I was satisfied with how he turned out, but I'm pretty satisfied with how he turned out. Oh yeah, by the way, the comic is on webtoons, so if you want to watch it, you could, or read it, you can read it on webtoons. It's absolutely free. One of my concerns was that I wouldn't be able to reach a wide audience with it, but I'm satisfied with how it turned out. Here's the next page. This is Vargas chilling with his friends, getting in a bunch of trouble and hijinks as teenagers tend to do, and he's slapping his helmet, saying how hungry he is and stuff, and minor concerns of a bigger world. I used a lot of biblical scriptures in the way that he talks, and where it goes verse upon verse, chorus upon chorus, and stuff like that. There was a lot of innuendos into scripture in this, but it wasn't deliberate to offend, but it was deliberate towards I don't know, that's my way of storytelling. I've always kept that way of storytelling for years, and I was hoping that it would lend itself to this. And that's the end of issue 1. This is issue 2, where Vargas and his friends are exploring some kind of catacombs of some sort, or some sort of ruins. The problem with my art is it's too detailed for its own good. I get a little carried away with the cross-hatching, and it definitely shows. I'm trying to work on that and trying to create in my later issues, much more recent, I'm using shades of gray and stuff like that, and it will never be color because color's too much work for me to do. Anyway, this is the issue. This is their leader, Impulse, or Insize. I always forget. I mess up so many times in writing his name, and I think it shows. You can tell that I forget their names, Impulse, Insize, and whatever. But Vargas is heading into these ruins to go look for a missing child. As they're heading into the ruins, they find much more than they expect. Vargas gets a little gets Inside's a little angry, or Impulse a little angry at him because he's dilly dallying and just doing whatever he wants. And I don't know who says dilly dally nowadays, but apparently I do. And he's gets him angry, and he finally tells him, "Get off your tuchus and do what needs to be." I kind of wanted a dynamic shot of them jumping down into the fray, and heading into this ruined like city, and looking for this child, and they have no regards as to what this child would tell them or what motives they have from getting this child and stuff. All they know is it's a missing child, which will lead into something much, much later on. This is the ruins, and the ship is kind of like deflating and putting them down, which is a hard effect to really show off in a comic like this, especially when it's very two-dimensional and hardly has any like graphic or 3D elements or anything in it, or shading for that matter. I didn't do shading till much later. So this is Cruz, I believe. Cruz is the best friend of Vargas and Mendez, who's best. They're all friends, and they've been going on these adventures together, and they're students learning from Impulse or Incise. These names. But they're trying their best, and it shows right here. They've awakened something, and this is Rain, a character my brother created, and I created it with him. Rain is waking up from what seems like he's been in a coma for years, and he's finding out that things are not quite the way he left them. This is Impulse or Insize finding out that they woke him up, and he realizes we're not alone, and he says we need to abort the mission till we find out further. Rain puts on some blood thing on a relic of some sort. You'll find out the relic's much later in the storyline, but these relics are adding towards what makes the storyline more fantasy-ish, because it's very sci-fi, but this lets the fantasy elements of the storyline. This is where it shows the chrysalis, which you find out much later on is these creatures that are created by relics like this of the sort, mainly by the Influx, which you find out much later on is much more than it seems. It says the chrysalis is reborn. And this is the last issue of this, the last chapter of this issue, or issue of this chapter, whichever. Vargas is going on the base. He's looking for the young girl. He finds the chrysalis. He gets attacked by the chrysalis. Realizes that Mendez is looking for the chrysalis too. He beats up a chrysalis looking for Mendez, finds Mendez and a young girl. Vargas starts losing his ability to control himself. He's activated his abilities through the relic that Rain touched, and he's going a little crazy. It shows here Mendez taking the young girl and Cruz out of there because Cruz was attacked, and Vargas is freaking out. He blows up into a bunch of power. It says the head, the pain, the wind, the strain, the sores, the eyes, the tremors, my cries, the gates, the doors have made the storm no more. So there was a great storm that was surrounding the city and this whole planet, because they're on. I haven't emphasized, but they're on a planet that's a planet that's filled with storms, much like Jupiter or gas giants of that sort. And at this point, Vargas creates the storm and makes it dissipate. And what do you call it? When he does that, he awakens a lot of things at the same time. And this picture took a lot of time, a lot of work, but I think I like the way it came out. But they're surrounded by chrysalis. He blows them all away, thinking he's wiped out all the chrysalis. There's a whole bunch more, and yeah, that's the first issue, the first chapter. That is. I hope you like it, and like and subscribe, I guess. My name is Josh, and continue to watch Influx on Webtoons if you want. All right, take care. Bye.